Hunt Showdown is a high-stakes PvPvE first-person shooter where you can play in duos or trios, or you can go in solo if you'd like. You'll have to search for clues to find a location of a monster, and you'll have to kill it to collect the bounty and extract, all while competing with other players as well as monsters around the map. The game came out August of 2019, and it's had its fair share of issues with the servers, bugs, as well as a couple other things. But 4 years have passed, and I'll be letting you know if this game is worth playing in 2023. Alright, so going in a bit more detail about the game. This game takes place in 1895. You are a hunter with a task of eliminating a nightmarish monster. You're able to play alone or in teams of 2 or 3. But if you do play alone, you will be going against teams of 2 or 3. You'll be searching for clues to track down your target, as well as key against other hunters who are going for the same reward. Kill and banish the target, collect the bounty, and once you have the bounty, every other hunter will be able to see you on the map. You'll be fighting through a dark, ruthless world with weapons inspired from the time as you level up, unlock gear, and collect experience and gold for your bloodline. This is a extraction style game, so if you do die, all the gear you bring in will be lost. But if you are able to extract, your character will level up and you will be able to get upgrades, which will drastically improve your hunter. As of right now, there are 2 PvP modes, Bounty Hunt and Quick Play, but there is also trials that you can do to get some rewards, as well as a new tutorial they added with their latest big update. So with Quick Play, you'll drop in with a random loadout, and it's a solo only mode. You can choose to go in with a medium range loadout, a short range, or a melee or random. And this is a bit different from Bounty Hunt because you'll be finding a rift and you'll just try to hold on to it as long as possible while the other players in the map try to kill you and take it from you, because there's only one in the map, and whoever has it by the time it's fully drained wins. Personally, I don't play much Quick Play. I'm just not a big fan, but this is a pretty good mode if you're just trying to learn some of the mechanics. Bounty Hunt is the main game mode that most people play. You can play duos or trios, or just play solo and go up against either of these team sizes. Here you'll be able to select a contract. Usually there is 2, but now it looks like there's only 1. It tells you the possible daytimes that you can get. Recently, Hunt Showdown did have a huge update overhauling a lot of systems, as well as making the game a lot more solo friendly. They added certain solo buffs to some of the perks. For example, Necromancer is a perk that allows you to revive your teammate from 25 meters, but as a solo player you're allowed to revive yourself, which makes a huge difference playing solo, and you gain more XP and hunt dollars. The gunplay in this game is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, in any FPS I've ever played. All the guns feel extremely crisp, and they feel like they're from the time zone this game takes place. And the guns that you're using drastically changes the way you play, because you have to think about your positioning with certain guns. The guns did take a while for me to get used to. For some reason it did feel a little strange in the beginning, but the more I played, the better it just felt. And you do have to aim for the head, because usually you can one-shot people if you hit them in the head, but it does take a couple shots to the body depending on what gun you're using. This game also has a really nice soundtrack, and it's one of the few games where I actually leave the music on, and the audio is a big part in the game, as there's a lot of audio traps and you have to really keep your ears out for footsteps, glass breaking, crows flying in a certain direction to see where other players are, which really encourages some stealthy gameplay. And you don't know what time of the day the map you're loading into is gonna be, so the loadout you bring in might not work with the map, which might lead you to have to improvise or something, which always adds a little element of surprise. And the atmosphere in this game is just extremely immersive, taking place in a grim late 18th century Louisiana with some really nice graphics and detailed environments. But this game isn't without its flaws. There is a pretty steep learning curve, and I have almost 200 hours and there are still some things I'm learning, and this game might also be a little frustrating at the start for newer players, as some of the AI are actually a little tricky and are gonna get you killed more times than you might think. And a big thing is this game doesn't have the best optimization, and this is an issue that's been going on for quite a while. I feel like it has improved quite a bit, but depending on your specs, it may lead to some frame rate drops, stutters, which might affect your gameplay. And the last con I can really think of is there are sometimes some server issues. I haven't gotten an issue in quite a while, but sometimes there is a little latency, or it'll straight up just kick you out of the game, though that hasn't happened to me in a while, and it's only happened like once or twice in my 200 hours of gameplay, so I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker. But to answer the question, is Hunt Showdown worth playing in 2023? Yes, definitely. I'm extremely picky with the FPSs I play because I usually get bored in the first 10 hours or so, and I'm trying to think of another FPS I like nearly as much as Hunt Showdown, but I just can't. This game is extremely fun and is definitely worth a try, and honestly I'd say it's in a better state now than it's ever been, and it's probably one of the best FPSs out there right now. That's Hunt Showdown. Let me know what you guys think about this game down in the comments. Peace.